address a situation where one of your windshield wipers is working, but the other is not. If you look closely here, this one is trying to work, but it's not actually working. So we're going to go ahead and shut off the car as soon as possible and troubleshoot. The way it works is this. The battery has the power. It's going to run through a fuse, and that fuse is going to go to a wiper motor, and the wiper motor will run both wipers. So it's unlikely that it's either the fuse or the wiper motor, because typically you have one motor for both wipers, you have one fuse for both wipers, or for the motor I should say. And so if one is working, then you are getting power, the wiper motor is working and the fuse is intact. So it's going to be something on this wiper arm itself, and typically it's a worn down of the spline from the wiper transmission on this arm. And so the answer is going to be most likely to replace the arm. Not, this is the blade, this is the arm, right? And then you'll see when we pop this cap off, there's a nut that holds this arm onto the spline of the wiper transmission. So let's just go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to pop this nut off. That's pretty loose, so we may have a shot at just really torquing down this nut good, and then being able to have enough of a connection to get this wiper to work. It's very important. You see the position of the wipers. When you shut down that car, make sure you shut down the wipers first before shutting off the engine, because if the wipers are in a different position, right, then you shut off the engine, well, that means that this blade should be here, right, according to the wiper transmission, but you're actually putting it here, so then when you start the car again, it's going to try and come slamming down here to here and so forth. So just make sure that when you shut this car down, you're shutting off the wipers first so that they return to the normal position, so that you're going to put this arm back onto the spline in the same position. So let's just pop the arm off and take a look. So this is the spline, and you can see if you go in really closely, it has threading here, right? And it's all it is. This is such a horrendous design. All it is these tiny little grooves. I mean, you can barely feel them, and those are supposed to catch into matching grooves onto this wiper arm, right? But if I feel in here, this is kind of smooth, so I don't think we're going to get a lot of grip, or enough grip to power a wiper. But while we're here, we have nothing to lose by making the attempt of torquing this bolt down really good. I'm sorry, this nut down really good, and seeing if that is going to be enough to get the to form a connection with the wiper and get it to go. I suspect we're going to have to replace the arm, but that is a very easy job. So let me get this down really good here. Okay, and now we're going to fire it up. So it looks like we were able to torque this nut down enough to get enough of a grip to get that wiper going again. I don't know how much life it's going to have left in it, but if you're in a situation where you're on the road and you have inclement weather and you need that wiper to work, and I'm assuming you have a socket set in your car, as you should, then this will tie you over to until you get a chance to get a blade. Until you get a chance to get a replacement arm.